What's up guys, Andrew Madrid here from Proline Wraps. Want to show you guys our latest build shadow. It's a 2025 Polaris Pro R Ultimate. Got a lot of little details, let's get into it. A lot of times for our custom builds we do something that has wild colors to show off the color gamut so we can produce. This one we did a satin finish with gloss printed overlays. And it's all in the graphic, so it's not an overlay sticker on top, and something that we produced in-house. So something on the front, we actually produced these graphics that cover the existing KC yellow graphics. So this is the carbon series that we came out with. So it has a carbon back with a matching graphic that matches the color of the car. Same thing up here, the Pro 6. So this has the exact same thing where it covers the existing yellow and it has the carbon back, and with the orange it matches the car. This graphic was color matched for this car, but we have these available on our website with different colors to match your car. So continuing with the graphics, we make custom shock stickers that have carbon back and then color match orange to continue the theme in the car. So moving along the side, we carry the satin finish with the gloss print overlays, and then as it goes to a gloss pearl graphic as it keeps continuing to the back of the car. So we wanted to show off the different finishes. We get a lot of questions on what a satin finish looks like versus a gloss or a pearl. So we made this hard break and wanted to show off satin up front and then the pearl and the gloss finish in the rear. So with the gloss pearl finish here in the back, something that we're known for is a lot of detail in our graphics. So as you see the car from a distance, it might just look black, but there's actually carbon fiber print inside of the gloss finish, and it just gives it the detail that we go for all the time, whether it be on our personal builds or on our customer cars. So something that's really cool on the 2025 Polaris models are these factory doors. So the Polaris came out with a door that actually closes nice, and it gives us a really good space for graphics on the outside, but also gives us a really cool finish and idea for the inside. So we have matching inner door graphics that will tie in the existing outside of your car to the inside of the car. So this is also available on our website. We've actually been getting customers that have been wrapping the inside of the car versus the outside, leaving the outside kind of more simple and get a little bit more wild on the inside. So moving on to the inside, we carry that same satin finish with the gloss printed overlays on the dash, so it looks simple from far, but it actually has those details that we continue throughout the car. Coming up into the roof, we wrap the inside of the roof so that way everything matches, from those door panels being custom to the inside of the roof, have the same graphic and the same color. So everything that we've done, the roll cage, all the painted pieces that are black actually have a black metallic finish, just to give it some detail and tie everything else together with the orange, and that doesn't look like a factory standard black finish. So also with the interior, we wanted to keep some really cool simple details and not go overboard, but also make everything look halfway factory with all the upgrades from our partners. So this section here, all the lights and everything are controlled from Switch Pros. Their 8-button system here. We actually have this switch panel that's made from Stay Flush. So something really simple, keeps the factory switch here with the modes. And then from Sector 7, this has a controller for those mirrors with the lights. So there's different modes there. We just kept everything really simple and kind of got rid of the factory switch location and made this plate for it. So, and then all the pieces getting painted as we move down, but we included this Viper shifter. If you guys aren't familiar with this, it has a gated shifter, so you can kind of go from high to low and not put it in reverse, but we kept the same black metallic finish on the plate here and had the whole shifter stem polished with the knob, just to kind of keep everything simple. Also with the ride command, we actually tied in the Rockford Stage 4 system. So this is actually factory on the 2025 models, but we had all these pieces painted and it sounds really good from the factory. So we get a lot of questions on the trunks, if we can wrap them and what we could do. So what we did on this is carried the graphics from the roof onto the trunk. So this kind of finishes off the build and makes it look more custom from the rear. So wrapping the trunk on the outside ties everything together, but on our car we had to do something a little different, and we actually wrapped the inside, which is available for all our customers as well. But the name of the car is Shadow, so we put that on the inside and just ties the whole car together when the trunk's actually open. So this is an option that's available on our website, or if you guys get a custom wrap, this is an option that we can do for you guys, so when the trunk's open, it completes the build. So let's get into the details with all the upgrades from our partners. So starting off from the front, there's a lot of SDR Motorsports parts on this build from the cage, and you'll see as we kind of walk through all the bigger parts. But in the front here is the SDR bumper. So this has the capability of putting a winch in it, but this was more of a dune car build. So we put their skid plate. So moving on to the suspension, we couldn't leave the factory suspension on with this custom car. So we call it HDR Racing with their fully boxed A-arm replacement kit. So the front arm is actually chrome. We had that all chrome finish. It's not a powder coat chrome, actual real chrome. All the black, that's all black finish on the suspension, has the metallic black to match the cage and the wrap and those items. This is all MTS springs. So we called on them. They have a good partnership. They work with HCR that has everything pretty dialed. This car rides amazing. So something that's pretty common in the front of these cars either get rock chipped or sandblasted. So our paint protection film is a clear finish that is self-healing that we have on the headlights here. So if you get rock chips or starting to get sandblasted, you can peel that section off and put a new one on, and it preserves the factory lens. So something that's really cool we had on the last build, and we actually use their newest light here, is from Sector 7. So it's actually a mirror with an integrated light that has an accent light that you can color change to match your car, as well as a functioning light that gives you that mid-range section that your light bar can't hit or your bumper can't hit. So it really helps in the nighttime and gives you that mid-range light that you need when you're cornering or in the dunes or even in the desert. So we get a lot of questions on these wheels. They're newer from Metal Effects. These are the Fang forged 3-piece beadlock wheels. They're 15-inch wheels wrapped in 35-inch tires, and we wrapped them in the Sandcraft Destroyer tires. This setup works really good. I've been riding in the dunes for a long time, and these tires work really good out here in the sand. And the front tires are the exact same size, same wheels, 15-inch wheels, but 35-inch tires. The fronts have a small little mohawk just to help turning, and the car just works phenomenal out here between turning and not digging, and you can kind of slide around and have some fun. So moving on to the rear with the suspension, we have all DRT sway bar links, and then we had polished as well as the radius rods, but same thing back here. So MTS springs, we wrapped these reservoirs with the custom graphics that we talked about earlier with the carbon back and then the color matched logo to match. All HCR suspension back here, as well as LMUTV tow rod links that are inside, that we had those polished as well. Just kind of, update the suspension with all their Heims and stuff that work pretty well. So moving on to the motor, this is all Evo Performance exhaust that we had polished to match kind of the theme, and it turned kind of a goldish color, which is cool. We get a lot of questions on what exhaust it is and what we did for the finish. It's just a polished exhaust that actually turned color into their muffler. So kind of as we move to the back, all these pieces that are all in the back here that are normally a rough plastic are actually painted metallic black as well, continuing the theme. And we wanted to make the back of the car look pretty evil. It's kind of a darker themed car. So we actually smoked the taillights just a little bit. So that kind of gives it more of a mood changing, kind of aggressive look from the back. As well as we painted this piece here orange to match the interior and the rest of the car and match the wrap. And then had the polished Evo tips as well to kind of finish it off. We have KC rock lights that light these underneath the car and the motor and stuff. And there's like 15 rock lights that are all white that kind of just give all the accents from the chrome and polish, just tie off the whole vehicle. So moving around from all the black, like we mentioned earlier, this is the SCR Motorsports cage. We get a lot of questions on the look of it because it's really slick. It kind of gives it like a backwards, lower look in the back, and then it just looks kind of racy. So this has a metallic black finish as well. And then we had everything wired from Dirt Direct Motorsports with all the KC highlights, interior lights as well. And then they wired up these buggy whips to match the car. They're like that reddish orange finish, just to kind of complete everything at night. So these seats actually tie in the carbon fiber details that we had on the side. So those seats have the carbon fiber intersection here and the gloss or the kind of leather finish on the outside. These seats are really comfortable from Pro Armor. These are actually a factory or an option that they sell on their website as is. So if we didn't do anything custom here, you can buy these seats direct from their website. Thank you guys again for watching. If you guys have any questions on the build or any questions about graphics, give us a call or visit our website, and we'll see you guys soon.